Welcome in, have a seat. Kick back and relax, cause it's that time of the week. How's your day? Was it great? Well, it'll get better with Otalku Cafe. Nostalgia, let the memories bloom. All these stories in my head are gonna make me go boom. Kick back and relax, turn the volume to the max, bob your head until you're dead. Yeah. Yeah. Kick back and relax, turn the volume to the max, bob your head until you're dead. Yeah.
Fuck y'all and Gumbawa.
It's been a last interesting hour. It's been a little hour, Matt.
It's been an hour, and I hate everything about it.
You hate everything about the last hour.
I hate everything about the last hour. AKA, I'm Matt, co-CEO, your co-head chef, and to join me, other co-CEO, bartender, eating the ice cream, eating the bluebell, the best kind. Even how you doing?
Better than you are, buddy.
Have you had the Oreo cheesecake of that?
I'm the basic bitch. Vanilla's good enough for me, buddy. I have not, though.
The other flavors are good. The new ones were good. We had it shipped out. That's the only way we could get. It was the only way. It was the only way we could get Bluebell. Yes.
Holy shit, that's wild.
Yeah, came in dry ice.
I'll be damned.
Yeah.
I've had this in the fridge for a minute. I can tell because it's like, there's like ice crystals at the top. I don't think it's expired yet. I think I'm good. Although, admittedly, I didn't check the bag. I have a brand new bag there I had ordered. It's been about like a month or more since I've had this ice cream.
Right.
I've just been lazy and not wanting to go get it. So, tastes fantastic though. Don't taste anything better at all.
Fair. Yeah. Good though. But folks, we planned to do this an hour ago, but my computer, camera, everything decided to go fuck yourself.
Shit the bed.
Yep, and it's like, oh, try restarting the browser instead of, resetting the computer 3 times. Just click your heels 3 times, it'll pop up. Okay. And it's like, well, all your login info's gone on every site you've been on. And we're not reading your camera and your microphone.
Now you got to re-find all the porn, Matt.
Yep.
What a shame.
Yep, that's all on my phone anyway. But it's like, well, fuck.
That sucks.
So we were figuring out until eventually you, Ethan, and Starman, who was watching live, you guys figured it out. So thank you both. I hope this doesn't happen again. I'm sure it will, but I hope it doesn't.
I mean, it's the first time it's happened in, 3 years?
No, I've been having issues with the camera that I had to keep resetting the thing like 3 times to make it
really
pop up. Yeah.
That's weird.
It is very weird, and I don't like it.
I didn't want to rub it in your face, but I was going to say Mac supremacy.
No.
Mac supremacy, baby. I got no problems ever.
Well, now I hope it does.
Nope. Didn't happen.
But we got a lot to talk about. It's Halloween. So we're going to have a horror.
We're in bubbles. Yet another new feature from our glorious people here at StreamYard.
Yeah.
We're bubbles.
We're fucking bubbles.
Because, I mean, hey, I feel like you guys want to see more of the background so you know which shows we're going to talk about at the very end versus seeing our faces and our backgrounds here at the offices. So, yeah. It works itself out. It's cute.
And no news today. We're just gonna get right into it.
Oh, really? Like, there's no.
There's really nothing. Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, I mean, yeah. After I read like fucking a half hour worth of news in your absence,
You did.
it was a lot of news because there was a lot of like updates. Clearly,
No, Chris, I do not. Not today.
you know, it'd be cool if we could like put the bubbles closer.
We could do that. Hold on. Can we move them like that? No,
It
doesn't work like that.
You know, it'd be funny if we could put like a dick between us.
If you want. Well, it's a fact. Like we can't move these still, even though we're bubbles.
I mean, we didn't admit it.
Like if you hover over us, you see like the squares where we are.
Yeah, that is true as well.
Like
Wah, wah, wah.
So would you like to go talk about your shows, or did you want me to?
Hold on a second. I'm curious. Nope, never mind. I was gonna see like, oh, does it do bubbles? No, it doesn't. When you do it this way, just stack the bubbles. If you look at the screen.
Yeah.
Nope,
does not do that.
Nope, didn't work.
It's only
big bubbles.
Big bubbles.
Little bubbles.
Little bubbles. Okay.
Okay. I always have less than you, I think. Right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I got less than you. Far less than you. I gotta put in my ice cream. That's unfortunate.
I'll go then. I'll go while you eat your ice cream.
All right, you do that.
All righty. One of my first shows that ended after school, Hanako-kun, part 2. The last episode was about the ghost hotels. Of course, there's all the characters in a different scenario.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're not really like Hanako and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It's 10 minutes. Again, all these after school things is just filler.
Mm-hmm.
But season 2 finally in January, so I'm done. I'm done with the appetizers. I want the main course now.
All right, totally.
With 2 years in a row of these after school 10-minute things, I need the meat.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I gave it a 3 1/4. It's still 4 episodes, 10 minutes. So, and it's just random side adventure stuff.
Right.
So I can't really. It doesn't really add anything.
Yes, fine. I'll let you lick this one. That's okay.
But anywho, moving on. We got App season 2 because Chris did not mention last week. We kind of figured out our main protagonist is actually Lal, who is the spirit of Goro's grimoire, but as a human now.
Mm-hmm.
Like you try to figure out like who the fuck is she and how does she know people? They're like, oh, okay, I get it now. That makes sense.
Naruto.
And one of the people from the previous games for this fight and for the God app, Haruka, she doesn't want to fight. She doesn't want to fight anymore because she's like, okay, you have to fight. Lala has to fight Haruka. Haruka doesn't want to do it. She's not like, that's not me anymore type of thing. And so Lala basically just guilt trip her, gaslit her, whatever you want to say to get like, hey, you should actually fight me.
Fight me.
Yeah, basically. And kept poking at her like, the old you I do was selfish, would kill us on a dime, manipulative. Where is that? I want that. It's like I want the real you, even though
I want the old Stone Cold.
Yeah, even though it's a heel demanding the best. Like, no, you want the worst. You want him injured.
I want the old Vince McMahon.
Yeah. No, you don't. You know,
the old Vince McMahon isn't as bad as like
current defecated on you.
Yeah, like, you know, there's levels to his depravity. The old Vince McMahon is better.
Yeah, when he was so if it's the announcer, no, he had the favorite fucking Rhea Chatterton in the Rainbow Scan. No, they don't no Vince. No Vince.
No Vince.
No Vince.
No Vince.
Go back to
being a bad Vince.
You just need a hug.
Among other things.
Mostly the hug from his dad.
He did. Glad Shane didn't turn out that way.
Because that's how it started. Daddy didn't love me. So Lal killed Hanoka during the fight. That was the previous week. Now this last week, we got a couple of cameos. Mitsuko was able to join the fight to help out Echo, and Lal escaped from this adult man. We don't know his name. We don't know his name. We don't know what he does. And of course, we got the main cameo from me and Chris's boy Yutaka, the guy that controls time, or the time wizard, whatever you want to call him.
The TVA.
Cannot wait. But yeah, forgive me for these being short because I had to catch up on a lot in a span.
Now you know how I feel all the time.
Yes, in the span of 5 days.
Now you know how I feel all the time.
Not even 5 days.
Now you know how I feel all the time.
Well, that was
Greetings
you
again,
Randy. Half the time it's a you problem.
It is.
Half the time it's a... moving on, we're gonna go with Shangri-La, picking up where we left off when what's that crazy animal lady's name? I don't see her name.
It doesn't matter.
Animalia. Her and her friends are basically going, hey, we want the rabbit. That's all we want. And Sunraku's like, oh, because if Sunraku thought they wanted both, they wanted him. Like, oh, no, you just want the bunny. So grabs him off his shoulder, goes, bye. flicks her to be hounded by these packs of wolves. He's like, this bunny, like, we gotta pet her. She's so soft. We gotta know about this bunny village. So
I've never pet a bunny before. I'd like to.
So Emma's like, you betrayed me. You're leaving me to die. But what you call it? We got Momo, Professor. Basically, they all gonna have a meeting to talk about all the information they learned, and it was more or less about, hey, the lichen that cursed you. Can you tell us anything about it? And Sunraku explained the attack patterns, where it could get a sweet spot to hit it, and the fucking Momo was like, wow, you sound like you fought this thing more than once. Like, no, it was just the one time when I died, when I fought it. It's like, you learned all that for one fight. It's like, yeah.
Basically, bitch.
He knows his video games. He knows the Dark Souls patterns.
Bitch.
And then they found out about all the other great beasts that they're going to eventually fight, which is like one like a kraken, one's a dragon. One from there's one from folklore. We don't see the images of it. And fucking Toa, it's like, well, I have this ultimate book for a cheat code for a study guide of this one unique that we fought, because there's a certain scenario where you can't just fight it and win. Like there's conditions to progress the story. Like for that one, stall for time, fight it for 5 minutes if you can't beat it, type of thing. So these great beast fans have unique scenarios where you have to do to accomplish it if you cannot fight it in an actual fight.
Mm-hmm.
And the professor is like, I want that book. I want the book. It's like, well, so of course, fucking Toa being Toa, how much do you really want it for? So she got it for 100 million currency in their game. Bleed them dry.
Bleed them dry.
And Sunraku is like, well, okay, fine, as long as they don't have to ask about the bunny village and all that. And of course, fucking Animalia, while holding Emerald, the passed out bunny, like, hey, so tell me about this bunny village. Can I get in for free? Because it turns out you can only go there for an event, and once the event's over, they kick you out. They lock the door. Don't come back in. But you, for some reason, you can go there anytime you want. That's not fair. I want to do that. So Sunraku woke up Emerald, and she said, well, I'll go ask my brother, who is apparently the king of this village. Like, well, of course he is. Why not? So Emerald pops off, and while they're waiting, Toa gets all the group together and says, well, now that you're all here, I actually have something I want to propose. Let's have a clan alliance for everybody. Say, what? Confused. So let's see what Toa is scheming for the next episode. But it was fun, and fuck Sunraku throwing Emerald like that. Terrible. After all she's done.
Fuck that guy.
Exactly, that's right. He's wrong for what he did, but as Emil said, she's gonna pay for the carrot buffet and a new spell book. In her words, she said it. Sanraku agreed, even though you say no. Don't weasel your way out of this, you fuckers. Moving on, Sengoku Yoku. Senya reunited with his old protege. Hold on, where is it?
Protege.
Because not protege. Someone he knows, Doran. Because Chris didn't talk about this last week either.
Nope, he didn't talk about a lot. Well, I didn't mind Chris's strategy though, because Chris talked about shows that don't get talked about or won't get talked about until he comes on or the finales.
Yeah.
So I didn't mind it. He just left you with a butt ton of work.
I know. So and it's trying to remember him.
It's a little tough. I get it.
Thanks, Chris. I appreciate you. This is going out. This is going out of your salary. But what you call it? Senya was talking to Doran and Mudo, talk about how basically they gotta get Jinyu back and fight the Void people. And while the Void people, they're collecting the Katarawa from all over to get more power. And they found Shakuyaku from part 1, the rock Katarawa that Shinsuke was like dating, kind of, that had a crush on. Like, hey, let's bring her back. Let's make her evil. Like, oh, fuck you.
Why not?
I'll leave you with more work. No, not if you're coming on with me. No. This ain't happening, Chris. So go fuck yourself. And last week's episode, they get there. They're fighting. Doran is fighting Junun. And the Void people are going, hey, Senya, if you don't come here, everyone's going to die. We'll kill these Katarawa one by one.
Good.
And so I was like, you have 10 seconds. And fucking Doran, while he's fighting the cat Katarawa, the cat girl one, he says, hey, this is how I'm going to beat him. Flash. And this made Doran, this like mighty masculine man, nosebleed, pass out.
Of course.
I'm like, God damn it. Like, no, dead Doran, no.
The nude body strikes again.
Exactly. But Tama tells Senya, like, hey, like, I see Shakuyaku there. Like, if you see her, don't kill her. Just try to get her back. So that's what he's going to do, while also trying to kill the Void people, which will be in tomorrow's episode. Cool. Another one that Chris left to be hanging on, 2.5 Seduction.
Story of the solos this week.
I think this is the last one he left me behind on, too. Basically, our Timu Marin, or Aria,
Timu Marin.
she's trying to learn how to cosplay. Her outfit sucks. She's got it all wrong. So Lily is offended by this. So basically, like, hey, we're going to get you into anime. We're going to be watching a shit ton of anime. Then you're going to figure out what cosplay you want to do. Hours and hours, all the binging, all the shit we do here.
Everything we do on a weekly basis.
Yeah. So you're going to watch a show that I love, the one I'm cosplaying, the one you want to join us in. You're going to watch that first, binge that, and then we'll work on the seasonals.
Oh my God.
Yes. So Lily said it's like this ultimate otaku weeb, whatever you want to fucking call her. It's life, damn it. Anime is life.
It is. Her favorite anime is Gushing Magical Girls.
Probably, if that was shown there, it probably would be. I believe that.
Oh, good God.
100%. And later on, they find out that Aria's dad was a mangaka for this Valkyrie manga, but it was only had like 2 volumes. Apparently, it was like something about plagiarism, or it's just a cheap knockup of something. But that's why Aria wanted to cosplay. So Aria is finally going to do cosplay. She's going to join Lilisa and Noah in their cosplay group. So, okay, we need a 4th member. And finally, Mikari is in the fray. Like, I'm actually going to join. your cosplay club, and I'll do your thing. That way, the group of 4 we can complete the cosplay group thing. Like, cool, great. They get the cosplay ready, all being friends. As Arya comes home, this is where the episode ends. She overhears her mother talking about, like, hey, this guy's been dead for a couple of years. Like, they figured, like, they say in her dad, and she didn't know her dad died because I guess they were divorced, the family. And then so it's fucked up if it's true. Like, find out your dad's dead while eavesdropping from a phone call. Like, ooh.
It's a little rough.
I was like, I thought this was a show about cosplay and kind of edgy. I didn't expect this drama. Like, hey, like Christian Cage, I heard your father's dead.
Oh my god!
I
heard you had a father.
I heard your father was an author, and it sucks so bad that he's dead.
And he also died because you want to cosplay his stuff.
Yeah,
it's so trash. You're so trash. You killed your father with your ambition.
Your ambition killed your father.
And his lack of ambition didn't save him either.
Yep. Negative, positive angler, real quick.
He left you on that one too. He didn't talk about angler.
Well, I'm the only one that watches it.
Okay.
So previous week, basically, there's a contest going on for fishing for a shark, and if you cast a shark, you get 1,000,000 yen. So which calls Tsunehiro, Hana, Takai, and even the manager, they'll take off to go fishing for this thing. And Tsunehiro really doesn't want to be there because he just wants to die. He just wants to die in death or die in peace. Unfortunately, on the other side. The loan sharks are also trying to fish for this thing, and they see him. And of course, while he has the bite, like, oh, I got a bite, it's really big. And of course, the manager of the backer is like, if you get this, we get half, right? We get half, right? You're gonna get half, right? Because I'm your employer, right?
I just want you to know.
Yeah.
To catch a shark, it's a lot of danger, right?
Yeah.
1,000,000 yen is the prize.
Yep.
You're gonna go through all that danger for $6,500 US.
Yes. Yes, because again, the guy is in a lot of debt, so he needs money.
Oh, well,
and not pay them back. Because again, he's gonna die in 2 years. So while the loan sharks they found him, Tsunehiro runs away. Then Takagi's like, "Hey, wait, where are you going?" Like, because he didn't tell anyone that he's dying. Basically, none of your fucking business.
Makes sense.
So the loan sharks, and funny, the one that looks like a badass lady is the one with the worst cardio. Like, out of breath, fail to catch up, while the fat guy and scrawny guy are faster than her. So they're running. While she just stopped running. And until they eventually gave up, but Takai caught up to him, and he actually paid off his debt. But he's like, you know what? Like, you can pay me back by working at this fish store this fish store with me, and no interest. So a little, like, he's actually being nice. Like, he's like actually helping. Like, hey, you want to pay me much, and I'm not charging you interest, and you're living in my place rent free. So that was the previous weeks, and last week, fucking Hana, this girl, she's a petty bitch. Let me tell you.
Oh boy.
So, like, she's working the register. She's trying to do math in her head, but Tsunehiro helped her out, and then he said, "Hold on, I think I actually have the quote in the chat. I sent the picture." And I'm like, this bitch. He says, so you can catch, but not count. Like, not count money. So she got mad at that. And so she goes to, hey, so do you know how to use these certain lures? He says, no, because since he's working the store, he's got to know this shit. So she takes him out fishing. at night, in the afternoon till nighttime. Failed to catch anything, but she caught a big fish, and she really didn't help him out. She just said, "Here's a lure, go do it." Like, did no trick or anything. And at the end of the day, it says you can count, but you can't catch. Basically, you can't fish. So you turned it around on me. Like, so you did all this on purpose? Like, yep. I'm like, this motherfucker. Moving on, TsumaSho, or elementary student. It kind of got dark pretty quick in this one.
Oh boy.
This focuses on Marika's mother this time around, like why she's a bitch, neglectful, verbally and all that abusive. Because she's a single parent now, working at this bento shop, being treated like trash. And she finally meets a guy named Hiroki. Like, the only person that's kind of nice to him. And he tells her that, hey, Bob, I am moving. I got a position as Shinjuku, so I'm not going to be here. And says, I would like you to move in with me. Okay, sure. So meets Marika, like, it's like, hey, like, meet my daughter type of thing. It sounds like they're having a nice conversation. And Marika told, of course, her husband and daughter, like, so this was going to happen, I might be moving. And as she thought, the husband would be upset, and he's actually not. So Casey's like, okay, so where's the bad news? Like, it's like you're a little bit of a further drive. We can still work something out. But so Marika is relieved, but she tells them that she couldn't join them for Christmas. And of course, that was the one that Keisuke goes like defeated type of thing. And fucking the daughter's like, so that's what gets you upset? Not her moving, but no, she can't come to Christmas. Because the plan for Christmas Eve was that Marika and her mother are going to meet up with Hiroki in an amusement park. So, okay, nice little day to do it. So the mother tells Marika, hey, I'm sorry, I've been a bitch. I don't expect you to forgive me, but I'm sorry. She got stood up. She got stood up.
Aww.
So you know what it says, we're leaving. So they go to the mall. Like, let's buy a nice dinner to take home. Like this mother is trying to be nice. And lo and behold, she sees Hiroki with a cake and his son and his wife. So he was gonna cheat. I'm like, ooh. So Hiroki, he leaves to go like a smoke break, phone call, whatever. The mother chica follows him in there. Starts screaming and all that. And she's like vowing to make his life a living hell. So now Marika is upset, doesn't know what to do, because again, she's a middle-aged woman in a 10-year-old body. What can she do? Or possessing her body, possessing this person's body. Can't do anything.
Well, we know what the hentai say, and it's very wrong.
Yep, very wrong. Don't look it up. So
there's actually stuff? Oh, I didn't know that.
No, there's not. But
I'm like,
I would not put it past me though.
Ooh.
So Marika says, you know, I'll do something nice for mom. Makes an omelet rice. And the mother gets pissed. Kicks her out of the house. Basically, what good am I then? You could do this.
You're right.
Leave. Leave.
Bye.
So Marika got kicked out for a bit. Eventually she ate it. Liked it, but still pissed. So we go to the next day. Marika is hanging out with her old family, so Mai and Keisuke. And the mother is looking for her because she doesn't know where the daughter goes to sneak out. But she saw the three of them together. It's like, who are these people with my daughter? So
leave him alone because you're a piece of shit. So
yeah, that's why I said, like, well, the actual people, like, husband, daughter, or whatever you want to call it. So Marika, she leaves the house, and unfortunately she forgot her phone at the thing. So Keisuke's like, well, I'm gonna go out and give it to her. And while Mariko's walking home, sees the mother, and the mother fucking grabs her and like slams her against the fence. Like, hold on to her, like pushing her into it. Like, who the fuck are they? Why you do this? Why are you happy with them?
So
and of course, fucking Keisuke actually grabs onto her, saying, "What are you doing? Like, why are you yelling at a child?" And it's like, "Who are you to her?" and all that. And it says, "Marika is my," and then cliffhanger. But he's definitely not going to say why, because that's going to be very creepy to this random stranger.
Agreed.
So I don't know what he's going to say, but I'm like, okay, this is the drama. Here we go.
Probably say daughter's friend.
Or something. I don't know. Okay. Did Chris talk about Miss Servant last week?
I think whatever I wrote is in that like comment I sent you a few hours ago. That's what he didn't talk about. So yeah, if I didn't put it in that comment, assume he talked about it.
Okay. While he answers. Where are we? Cool. I'll just assume. Yeah, I'll just assume. Yuki, the maid, is now in Hiroyoshi's school. And we're kind of confused by that because we don't know how old she is. Like we assumed she was an adult, especially with her appearance and everything. But apparently she had some strings in the underground, and since her age is on the record, she can just go there coincidentally in his grade. Okay, fine, why not? Because she wants to learn how to be social and all this. So you learn for school, make friends and all that, right?
Sure.
Okay, why not?
Fuck it.
And keep a low profile. Don't act like a maid to me. We'll just say we're cousins. Easy enough.
What in the Alia?
What?
What in the Alia?
Yeah. Well, they're not. Again, they're not really. It's just his maid. Doesn't want to say, "Hey, I brought my maid to school." Cool. So fucking Rico, the younger sister, so you guys gonna get married? If she's using the last name for the school, gonna get married? Haha, you like her? Hey Yuki, you like her? And then he's like, why are you egging her on? And Yuki says, well, he's very dear to me. Oh,
Kawaii.
Yeah. And while next day in school, while Hitoshi was like sleeping in class, the fucking teacher throws his chalk at him. And while that happened, the maid quickly had her knife out to cut the chalk in half. But it made it worse because they both poked him in the eyes to wake him up. So chalk in your eyes.
That would wake you up, piss you off.
What?
I said that wouldn't wake you up. That would piss you off.
No, it blinded him.
Yeah,
it blinded him for a bit. So he had to go to his office. There's a new nurse here. And I'm like in my head, okay, here we go. She's hot, not really a nurse. I bet you she's also part of Yuki's assassination thing. There she is. While trying to seduce this little boy, Yuki went to check up on him, grabs Hitoshi. So she was, and she kind of told him, hey, she's part of my organization. I'm like, what the fuck? So of course there had to be someone from the same organization somewhere.
Of course.
Why not? So she's gonna try to ruin Yuki's happy family. Like why? What is she doing? This was an assignment that she wants to do. Sure. Like what's the harm?
What's the worst that can happen?
Okay. Blue Lock. I'm crying. Like no.
Like it's bad.
Everything is fine. It's just the animation.
I'm glad. I'm personally glad you're suffering, Matt, because this is a bastard, as I've said plenty of times, a bastardization of what real youth football is like. So I'm glad it's shitting the bed for you because I detest the way that they've done this anime in terms of the real life.
It's a showing in over the top soccer. What do you expect?
It sucks. At least do it right. Do it right, or don't do it at all. So I'm glad it's shitting the bed. Glad, happy. Continue.
Like stop being slideshow, and they find out, oh, it's like this because they told us to cut that stuff out. It's like you couldn't even like show the kicks.
What in the Uzumaki?
Uzumaki's worse.
You'll get to it.
Yeah, that's my main event. It's coming. It's coming. But again, story's fine, characters are fine, art style's fine. It's just that. And I told Chris today, why are we still going? And he had a good answer. We're coping that they're saving it for the actual big game at the end. I'll never doubt the leaks again. Yeah, the leaks warned us that fans would be disappointed.
The leaks.
All the leaks. So every time we get leaks from this person, I'm just going to trust it 100% now. Because holy shit. This focus on Reo and Nagi. They're in their team. And unfortunately, they lost. But this one was just more a growth on fucking Nagi saying he really doesn't need Reo anymore. Like he's he's learning on his own, while Reo is just more or less happy for him. So we'll see how that goes next game because they'll still do like round robin, figuring out what teams work. Sure, fine. Do I have my last one? I think I have my last one.
Let me look because I'm watching the.
No, Dan to Den. I keep forgetting you don't watch Dan to Den.
Done. Yes.
Yeah, you do not watch it.
No.
So Ken and Momo, they're going to the cave where they found Turbo Granny, the spirit that took Ken's wee-wee, his pee-pee, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Gobble the dung.
In all the wrong ways.
That's how they said it in the dub. So
gobble the dong.
I'll let you suckle my teeth if you let me gobble your dong.
Why can't it just be like, yo, I'll let you suck my titty if you let me suck your dick? Why can't it be just that like explicit and then move on?
No. So basically, what they have to do is, I don't know, Chris explained it. They have to beat Turbo Granny in this race, and then defeat it regularly for him to basically be free from her possession and get his dick back. So
how does he pee?
I don't know. His hole?
I'm asking the important questions, Matt. Come on.
Is his hole the hole that's left? I don't know how it's shaped. I don't know if they left it blank. If it's just flesh. I don't know.
Is it like when like a trans person does bottom surgery? Like how does that work out?
No one knows how that works.
No one ever bothered to think about the important questions. I understand.
No. But they see Turbo Granny. Turbo Granny had Momo locked up in this carcass of like bodies and all this, and fucking Ken bites the granny's tit. And like, what's wrong? You told me to suckle your teeth. Like, no, stop it. That hurts. I let my friend go and all that.
No, it's a certain age. It doesn't feel as good anymore.
Yeah. So, and then Momo was free. She used her psychic powers to kind of like strangle Turbo Granny. and of course her spirit animal, which is a giant fucking crab.
Surprised it wasn't a giant fucking horse.
Yep. So they're chasing around all over the city. Ken is in his transformation. I forgot what he calls it. Running around. The crab's catching up. Can't keep up that form forever because it takes a lot out of him. But eventually, he keeps trying to turn back to this form. Not giving up the shonen way. Eventually, they defeated the Turbo Granny, and as Turbo Granny is defeated, you see the souls of these random women. And you find out that when Turbo Granny was alive, she was protecting people there because in that tunnel, that was where women would get raped and killed. So I'm like, my God. Jesus Christ. That's awful. But Ken, he's got his dick back. He's not possessed by Turbo Granny. Ken and Momo and Grandma Seiko, they're kind of celebrating. They're eating crab. You know, the giant crab that was shaped there. Of course, they have fucking crab. The diamond thing. And then fucking Momo's like, say, so you got your fame back, right? Like, yes. And then fucking Grandma's just like, show me.
Oh my God.
Show me. And of course, he says, fuck that, run around. Like, Momo, help me. No, Momo's busy eating the crab. While fucking Grandma.
I'm getting sexually assaulted.
By Grandma, the hot Grandma. No, to be fair, I'd let her.
You show your wee.
She's 80. She's hot. She looks like she's 25. Let's go.
You're whipping the wee out.
Whipping the wee out. Tap it 3 times and it has a surprise.
Oh, look, it's Pinocchio.
Exactly. But Momo walks Ken out the house, and then Ken's questioning, like, so I'm not possessed anymore. Does that mean she doesn't want to hang out with me anymore? Like, there's no reason why she hung out with me. So is this like goodbye or bye?
I want to see what the beepy's all about because we went through all this exercise for the beepy. So now you have to show me the beepy.
But Momo called out to Ken. He says, I'll see you in school tomorrow. And that made Ken happy. I'm like, oh, good. Now Uzumaki.
Yeah. This has been 2 weeks in the making, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not even gonna talk about the episode. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm over it. This made me actually make a rule for myself in anime going forward.
What is that rule, Mr. Matt?
No more Adult Swim originals.
Oh.
I am done.
So you're not gonna watch season 2 of
That will probably be it, just so I can finish it. But after that, I'm not doing it again. I'm not being suckered. Every time they make something, it just turns to shit or it's just not good at all. They either drop in story, characters, or animation. They drop something somewhere and it becomes, how did we get here? So if Adult Swim goes to you, hey, we want to make an anime about your thing, say no. Their budget is the worst.
So you're not watching Rick and Morty anime?
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
How'd that go? For those of you who can't see the audio, Matt is currently shaking his head in how would I describe it?
I'm trying to not scream.
You know, between the audio issues and Uzumaki, I think you're owed a little bit. It's just a little one. You don't want to blow everybody's eardrums out.
It is probably one of the worst fucking things I've seen in a while.
What's it right next to, Mr. Sapricone?
No, it might. Rick and Morty anime might be my worst for the year. We'll find out when we do their annual awards in a couple of months.
Do we have a worst anime of the year?
What?
We don't have a worst anime of the year category.
That we changed disappointing to worst for the when it comes to the year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, that'd be disappointed as if the year. What was the worst? What were the worst ones?
Okay, well that's easy.
And it might be the worst one I've seen this year.
I didn't hear you talk about this.
I refuse to.
This is new information to me, so that's why I'm over here at the edge of my seat.
I told Chris, and that was it. And
you didn't tell your main anime podcast partner.
Oh yeah, well, because I was not going to talk about it in the air.
Well, because you knew I was going to coax you into talking about it.
Yes, and I didn't want to. It's just bad. Both dub and sub, I tried, and it's just no. But those that don't know, I love Junior Ito. Thank you again, Ethan.
Anytime, sir.
It's like episode 1 was fantastic with how it was paced, how it was animated. I had actual Junji Ito feel to it. That was the problem with the anime. They don't capture that, especially when it's in color. This was in black and white, so that made it even better. With horror, you build suspense. That's how it works. That's how you get the goosebumps, the thrill, all of that. With this, after episode 2, the animation drops completely, like the running sideways or whatever it is you want to fucking do it. And you find, and they say it because, like, either we air it as it is now, flaws and all, or we cut it completely and don't air it. No more delaying it. Either now or never. So I said, well, we already advertised it. Let's just give it to them.
We're going full retard with it.
Basically. And you
never go full retard.
And it's 4 episodes. Like, you could have done 6, maybe 8 to make it flesh out, because you just leave out so much. And the animation just got worse, and all the stuff involved in it just felt like side stories and not like, it felt like a main story. And I said this last year, Junji stuff should not be animated. Don't touch it. It never translates. It's going to take a lot of money and a lot of passion, because they had the right stuff, they just did not execute it because it's fucking Adult Swim.
Had it been Mappa, would have been better.
Or Anime Madhouse, something, Science Saru. We had so many options, and it's not the worst. It's not the worst thing, because we had a really good first episode, but got a point where, like, I gave it a 2.5.
You want to know what the score is on Mal?
6.09.
Hold on a second.
I'm looking at it right now.
Oh yeah, that's what I was. So was I.
Yep. Because when it started, it was an 8.26.
Talk about a decline.
Yeah.
Short ass decline.
And that's where we are. Here we are. All right, I'm done.
And you gave it a 2.5, you said?
Yep.
Naruto.
Go ahead. Yeah, we took up a lot of time. We're going to try to get through this together kind of quick.
Well, I won't take as much time as Matt did, so we'll get this show on the road with Gun Gale Online. Episode 4, Gun Gale was pretty okay, I'd say. Most of the episode actually focuses on Len reviewing footage post-game. So basically, they kind of do a flash forward with her, like, going after the game is all said and done. We don't know any results, we don't know anything, but she's gone back and she's reviewed the footage, and she reviews the events of 3 of the teams, like in the early middle part of the game, right? So she reviews Team Shank, and then like a couple other teams that are really popular. Pretty solid action, I'd say, and strategy from each of them. And we also see on top of this the previous show's winners from show from I think game 2 it was. They had the bright idea, let's just snipe everybody from the top of a giant building, not realizing the ocean was going to creep in there, and now they're trapped in the middle of the ocean, so they're non-factors. Good luck to them trying to be anything in this show. So as we move on, though, the end of the episode is really though where things kind of kick off from that perspective. The first piece of it is basically the total number of teams now is down to 6. And now that kicks in the new rule. And they finally reveal what that new special rule is. And basically, the administrators will take one member of each of the remaining 6 teams and they'll break them off and treat them as traitors. And they're going to basically bring like a car and bring them to the center of the map. Because if you remember early on, during the very first episode, the island continuously shrinks, like similar to like a Fortnite, and then at the center of the map is called unknown location. So basically, they announced that all 6 of these people are going to an unknown location, and now that basically forces all the teams to head toward the center of the map so they can face this new team. And in the end, I don't know whether it's actually going to stick or not. Pito basically announces herself as the traitor, and she's excited that she gets to try and kill Len again. While Len looks up like, holy shit, I got to do this again. Because Pito is back crazy compared to season 1. So there's the first one. Second one, we'll go with 365. Let me look up what I wrote for 365. 365 wedding. All right. 365 wedding. Yeah. Come on, bitch. There we go, Hope. Yeah. Okay, cool. So again, solid episode. This is one of the cuter shows, I'd say. It's cute. Things get complicated for Takia and Rika as the stalker calls them again, basically while they're in the office, and says, because Takia basically announces, hey, I'm going back to my hometown for the weekend to talk to family and do family stuff. And so the stalker is like, oh, you're gonna go with him, right? Because that's what couples that are gonna get married do. They always travel together. And you're gonna meet his parents? Of course you are, because you guys are getting married, right? You sure are. I'm watching you. You guys are fucking liars, is basically what the stalker's saying. So now basically Rika is forced to go with Takia to his hometown, and so she does. On the plane though, we get some Rika backstory, and it's actually kind of quite sad when you think about it, because we find out Rika had no father abandoned her, and her mother was constantly working, so she was always home all the time. And her mother's job was basically to travel to different prefectures in the country and like for business and things of that nature. So that's kind of where her love of maps developed. She would get a map and she would like, oh, what town is my mom in? And then she'd pretend play like, this is me and my mom in this town. Oh, these look like cool things to do in this town. Oh, it's got the ocean. Oh, yay, I'm having so much fun with my mom, who was never around to do any of this with her because she was so busy. So it's quite sad, but nonetheless, we still get that's decent, backstory. And so they land, and of course, when they land in the airport, coincidentally, we get Takiya's grandma there, and Takiya's grandma is a melon farmer, and basically picks them up, and she's like, "Oh, you need a ride back to town? Let me go ahead and give you the ride." And so they start talking things of that nature, and they basically reveal to her like, "Hey, we're not getting married," and the grandma's like, "Oh. Okay." And so the rest of the episode kind of goes on, whatever. And basically the grandma convinces Rika to help her harvest the melons. So she does a little bit of the harvesting. It's a hot day. And basically they have a serious conversation. And the grandma is very curt with her, but not in a negative way, but very blunt, and saying, listen, you guys are getting married. She's like, I could tell the way Takia is. He cares about you greatly. Like you guys probably have a lot of things going on that you can't talk about openly. That's no problem. I'm not going to be the one to pry into your business. But nonetheless, I can see the way he looks at you. I can see the way you treat him. You guys are meant for each other. So please take care of my grandchild. And she tries to deny the allegations again. And she passes out from heat stroke. And so the end of the episode is basically everybody just running around trying to make sure she doesn't fucking die of heat stroke. And as Takia opens the door, he sees his father, who had basically skipped out on the family to go meet Takia ahead of time and go help his mother, the grandma, and sees basically Takia carrying Rika, and that's where the episode ends. So we'll see how she gets along. I imagine she'll be fine, and we'll move on happily ever after. Moving on, we'll go with Yakuza Fiance. Okay. Oh my god, this guy is so fucking toxic. So toxic. Not even funny how toxic this motherfucker is. So basically the episode picks up where we left off with Kirishima and Shoma basically meeting in front of the hotel, and they start having like a little bit of a back and forth, and then finally Somei comes out, Yoshino, and she's like, what the hell are you doing here? How did you even know where I was? And then she looks at her phone and she's like, all right, give me it. And Kirishima pulls out a phone, and Kirishima basically made an exact clone of her phone, got the exact same phone, copied everything over, but inside of his phone is a GPS, and that's how he was able to find her and tap into her shit. And so the back and forth though between Shomei and what's it called, and Kirishima, basically they're like threatening to kill each other, right? Back and forth, and they're like, I'm gonna kill you. No, well, that's fine, you can kill me. And then so this devolves later on, right? We see later on after Shoma leaves back to Osaka, Yoshino basically is like going through her outfits, and Kirishima opens the door and was like, oh, it looks like you're packing. And then basically they all come clean, right? He's like, oh, I'm just gonna be with you for a year, and then fuck you, I'm out. So they start going back and forth, and basically Yoshino's like, what if I told you me and Shoma were dating? And he's like, that's fine, I fuck other girls, so that's totally fine if you want to fuck him. But if you fuck him, I want to be there. I want you to kiss him, fuck him, do everything you want to do with Shoma, right? Do it in front of me. I want to see it. You can even tie me down, tie me to a chair and keep my eyes open. I want to see you do everything, all the sex, everything. He literally says it just like this. He's like, I want to see you do it all. And then when you're done and you're satisfied and you're tired and you've come down, I'll kill him. And then we could be together again.
My goodness.
Straight up, bro. He literally says this. And Yoshino's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, no. And basically they wager. She's like, listen, if at any chance throughout this entire remainder of the year I fall for you, I'm going to stick around. But the way we are now, there's not a chance in hell I'm staying with your ass. Not a chance. I'm here for 1 year and then I'm out. I'm going back to Osaka. You can go. Off is the direction you can fuck, as The Rock would say. And so the rest of the episode, though, is pretty solid. Basically, the next day, Yoshino gets sick. She gets a really, really bad cold. And the Dodgers hit a homer. That's fucking lame. Sorry, I'm watching the game in between that. Anyway, Yoshino gets a bad cold. We find out this is an annual occurrence of her. When it comes to summer, she always gets a summer cold, right? And of course, Kirishima, being the fucking crazy, obsessive guy, is like, I got you this. I'll skip school. I'm going to stay with you. And Yoshino's like, just go to school. I'll be fine. This happens every year. Just leave me the fuck alone and go away. And he's like, all right, I'll go to school, but I'm going to text you every hour. I just need you to read the messages so I know that you're alive. And so time goes by. After like 2 hours, she doesn't read any of the messages. And he's like, all right, I'm going home. And he goes home, and he does some Yakuza shit, right, with some people in between that. And then that takes him a lot of the day, doing a lot of like Yakuza work, like literal Yakuza work, not no bullshit. And he arrives home later that night, and Yoshino is basically dying. She's like panting. Her fever is like 104. Like, she's in dire fucking straits. And so basically he picks her up, grabs her purse, gets her ID, all of that, takes her to a hospital overnight, gets her stuff, and then brings her back to her little apartment area the next day. He calls the boss. He calls the other boss, Somei's grandfather, and was just like, hey, like, I'm taking care of your daughter. Like, she's better now, and her grandfather, like, thank you so much for taking care of her. Hope you continue to take care of her. And then basically Kirishima is like, yeah, don't worry. For this 1 year, because he already knows now, he's like, for this 1 year, I'm going to do the best to make sure that your daughter loves me. And what's it called? The grandfather's like, oh, I bet you will. Good luck with that, buddy. And that's where the episode kind of ends from that perspective.
Yeah.
You get the gist of where this is.
Yeah.
He is, oh my God, he's up there. He's just crazy.
Oh boy.
Literal fucking crazy. We'll go with Guys Mixer next.
Okay.
Guys Mixer was pretty solid. Basically, they all go on a group date. Everybody's, at this stage has had individual time together, and so they're going to go on a group date over the weekend. They decide to go on a road trip, and they go to the zoo. But before they go to the zoo on this road trip, basically Fuji does a whole abduction angle. Like they're in front of like this van and they're looking for the girls. They can't find the girls. And Fuji opens the van door, grabs Asagi, just literally like, and brings him in, shuts the door. And Tokiwa and what's his dick? The other guy whose name I always forget, Hagi, are like, what the fuck just happened in front of us? And they're about to call the cops. The girls open the door and they're like, it was just a joke. Just jokes, guys. Just jokes. No sense of humor. Come on, guys. Just jokes. And they were like, all right, let's not do that again. And basically, Kohaku forces Fuji to apologize to them. Like, we didn't mean to scare you guys. We didn't mean, this isn't a real abduction. We're going. And we get some cute moments in the car, but then they finally go off to the zoo. And there's a lot to see at the zoo. And so they all split ways, right? And Fuji continues to harass Asagi by taking him to, like, the bug museum. And the bug museum has giant spiders and all this shit. And Asagi is deathly afraid of bugs. So he's freaking the fuck out. But he's standing like really close to Fuji, and Fuji finds it really like endearing and cute. Meanwhile, Agi and Kohaku go to the petting zoo, and they have really, really, really cute and funny moments between them. And they're petting bunnies and all of that, and they're like starting to like each other. Of course, they're misconstruing their words because they have the most awkward of the three relationships, but nonetheless, like there's still obviously like a connection and feelings there for that. So that was really cute. And then finally, we get to our main couple, Tokiwa and Suo, and they're just doing their own thing. Everything's having fun, and they end up seeing a little girl, and the little girl lost her dad. They take her to Lost and Found, but because they're waiting for the father to show up, right?
Check your private.
Yeah, because they're waiting for the father to show up, they end up missing the panda like play. I think it's like a panda parade. And Suo really loves pandas. We also find out in the episode she really loves tigers. And so basically, Tokiwa has the brilliant idea. He has a brilliant idea. I'm going to dress up as a panda. And so he goes to like one of the people. He asks for a panda head. He runs over, grabs some like accessories, like some souvenirs, runs back to Suo. And basically, with the panda head on, is like, surprise, and gives her two keychains, one of a panda, the other one of a tiger. And he's like, you look like you love the tigers, and I know you love the pandas, and you're sad you're missing out on the pandas. So, here's a gift. And Suo like laughs at first, and she's like, I really like this side of you. Basically, again, continuing to endear himself to Suo and make Suo like him a lot more. And that's basically where the episode ends. They reunite the girl with the father, and everything's good from that perspective, at least for now. Maybe they're still in the zoo. I don't know. TBD. But still, very, very solid from that perspective. And then the final show that I will discuss is Blue Me Bureau. Blue Wolves. Blue Me Bureau. And so, but Blue Me Bureau, a very solid episode too. Basically, Neo officially joins the gang, the Blue Wolves, and is indoctrinated through sumo wrestling. And we get some funny interactions from there. And that night, he heads out on a somewhat of a mission. Basically, Toshi and Soji, they end up going to Kyoto Bridge, and they see a severed head with like some scribble and messages on it, basically saying like this person's like he steals, he's a bad person, da 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 da. And all of the public are made like, all right, well, this guy's a piece of shit. He deserved to die. But obviously, the Blue Wolves know there's something further going on. And so they start investigating. And we see them get into basically a fight. They head over to the assassin's house. They kill all the assassins. And Neo gets just absolutely covered in blood after somebody's throat gets slit. But this makes him think about justice, and he's like, what is justice? Like, I always grew up thinking like there are good guys and bad guys. How do I know who to kill? right, in the right circumstance. And Toshi was the one that was talking to him and basically was like, you know, you have to find your own sense of justice. No one can really tell you what that justice is. You just have to know exactly what it is. And you know, from that perspective, there's that. And so he kind of just understands that. The next day he goes on another patrol. He goes with Kono, who's a famous member of the Shinsengumi, as well as Toshi, and they come across a suspicious character, and they run after the suspicious character. They end up in an alleyway, and they split up in 3 different directions, right? And we see Neo. He ends up on his direction, seeing a girl, like a little girl. She's in the middle of the street. She's crying. So he comforts the girl. And basically, as she's comforting the girl, the suspicious person busts out through one of the houses in the alleyway. He's now killed someone. He's got blood on him. He's on a rampage. And basically, Neo has a choice, right? Because Neo doesn't have the strength to fight this guy. But Neo realizes, oh, I have to protect the life that's in front of me. And so he makes the decision. He covers the little girl. And the strange guy, the suspicious character who killed somebody, now the murderer, he runs off, and Toshi chases after him and eventually fucking slices him up, and he's dead, right? But he saved the girl. Everything is good from that perspective. And then we just get a little bit of background on Neo, and basically talks more about his childhood and some of the motivations as being an orphan who was never really loved or anything like that. And, you know, he ends up shedding a little bit of a tear, but nothing bad. And Kondo ends up hugging him, you know, and he appreciates him, respects him, and he appreciates him for joining the Blue Wolves and welcomes him in with open arms. And from there, though, that's not the end of the episode, because there's basically foreshadowing. One of the people at the beginning of the episode who was doing the sumo wrestling, one of the strongest guys, basically it's revealed in that episode that he's a turncoat. He's definitely the enemy, and he's killing some of these Blue Wolves unbeknownst to other people within the squadron. So he's the rotten apple, the turncoat, and that's going to lead to some more stuff to happen. So that is it for my solos. Matt is still away from the office at the current moment in time, so we're just going to jump back into our first shared show, and that is Dragon Ball Daima. We'll jump straight into Daima. And so Daima basically starts off this week. They end up doing like a spin cycle thing, and they, you know, through all these long traverses, they end up going to Warp-kun. And Warp-kun, or Warp-sama, I should say, is the like giant puffer fish looking fucking thing that enables them to go to the demon realm. And so, you know, a lot of back and forth. Goku's being Goku. He's being a silly ass, trying to be funny and things, calling the Warp-sama a goldfish, and that pisses Warp-sama off. And so eventually, though, they do make it past there. And basically, Supreme Kai is trying to let Kibito know the passcode, because there's a passcode in order to get into Warp-sama. There's a passcode. And so he's trying to let him know the code. He lets them know their location. They're outside of like some far ass planet. But by the time he tries to give him the code, he can't give him the code. So now they have no code when they reach Warp-sama. And Goku, being the ever-loving positivity magnet he is, he said, it'll be fine. It'll work itself out. They'll make it. So foreshadowing how that's going to go to hell when it eventually does happen. And so they end up going to Warp-sama. They do all these spinny thingy-mabobbers and all this shit. And they end up, when it's all said and done, on the 3rd planet, right? They go through the 3rd realm, which is the 3rd planet of the demon realm. And they end up on the demon realm planet. We get a little bit of a battle back and forth and stuff, things of that nature. And they end up going to a hotel in this random like desert saloon looking like town. And basically, I was gonna say Coolio. What the fuck is his name? Folio. What the fuck is the dude's name? Glorio. He finagles the innkeeper for decent prices on the rooms and things of that nature. And so Goku's like, I'm hungry because you interrupted our dinner and I never finished eating. And we all know Goku can eat an entire buffet restaurant in an hour, because that's how much he eats in Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. So they end up going across the street to a saloon. They order some hamburgers. Goku loves the hamburgers. Goku's like, what the fuck is in these hamburgers? And Glorio's like, don't ask that question. Just eat the hamburger. But they end up getting into an old-fashioned bar fight. And Glorio kicks somebody's ass. And then all the other patrons and the bartender come over. And then Goku proceeds to kick all of their asses. while eating his hamburgers. It's quite a funny scene. Goku, he's now got his sense of direction and movement and things of that nature. He's all good, and he eats and he's happy, and they go back to the hotel. They knock the fuck out until the next morning. But as they're going to the hotel, we see two of the guys whose asses they kicked. They're like, oh, we're going to show you what's up. And so the next morning they wake up, they leave, they're about to go to the ship, and their ship's been stolen to end the episode. You're on mute, sir.
I said, how tragic.
How tragic indeed.
Yep, and I gotta figure out how to make those devil burgers next.
What is the meat inside the devil burger, man?
Probably some dinosaur. I don't know.
You would think.
Figure eventually I'll make it if someone posts anything about it online. Moving on, let us go with Tower God. This is more focused on the reunion between Kun and Rock.
Yes.
Rock in his tiny form.
Yes, Baby Rock.
Because, before that, though, nothing really happened except for the people that made it up. They're relaxing at the pool, beach, whatever they want to do. And Dorsey is pissed off that Bam might be Viola Grace, Drew Viola Grace. Doesn't believe it.
Nope.
I don't believe you. While this guy's talking about Emily, Saber is like, no, it's just an AI. It's not real. It's like, no, it is. Stop lying. Don't lie to me. But with Kun and Rack's in his tiny form, and they're basically talking about how to get Bam back. You're not really doing anything, Kun.
You're a coward.
Yep.
You're a pussy.
Yeah, basically, call him a pussy.
Without saying the word pussy.
Yeah, but the intent was there.
Yes. You have no bolas. They're gone. Along with that.
I am so disappointed in you, Blue Gator.
And your blue bolas.
Yes. So Kun leaves the room because otherwise he's just going to punch him square in the face.
He got punched square in the face instead.
Yes.
That's the worst, when you get insulted and you try to fight and then the guy kicks your ass.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, not only did you lose the war of words, you lost the actual war of fists.
Yep.
L.
But, of course, Rack goes back to Kun again outside, and, of course, Kun's like, well, we definitely got a plan to take down Fug, get Bam back, and all three of us are going to climb the tower together, like they promised. Like, all right, there we go. That's nice.
Lovely.
And while that is happening, Quang, is that the guy's name?
Yeah.
Yeah, Quang gets reunited by the nurse, or sensei, he calls her.
It's a doctor.
Yeah, doctor. Oh, you like oh, you were a baby then. Oh, you're a baby now. You know, you grown to a fine young man.
Who's a murderer?
Yes. You've grown. I'm proud of you.
I love the way you kill people. It's so adorable. What a good boy.
It's like, I'm proud of you today.
You killed how many people? 6? Oh, how lovely.
He did 7.
What do you want for dinner?
Yep. But we're going to start the workshop battle, and the first fight is basically, capture the flag-ish type of thing?
Well, you kind of skipped over a couple of key pieces. The first piece is that we find out Emily is on board, right? Who's the app itself that everyone's using. And we find out that the Traveler is trying to save Emily because apparently it's probably a person, which we don't know yet, but pretty much there's probably a person.
And her being attached to the machine is killing her.
Yeah, and basically that work on Emily on the machine with the person is all the work that the doctor, who basically made Kasano and Ilmar, is working on. So we find out this lady isn't a nice old lady. She's a fucking sicko.
She's a psychopath.
Yup, psycho doctor. Had to have one of those. And we also find out that the head of this workshop battle, they're like some what's it called? They're like gamblers, and they have their own.
EO and what you call it? What's it called himself? No, wrong people.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. Yeah, they're not in the casting, I think.
It may not be, but in any case, they basically are they're gamblers and they're using the money that they're raising from the show to base or from the battle rather to basically fund the research into Emily, and their only objective is to complete that research, and then that'll really fucking kick off things according to them.
Yep.
Anyway, so now you can continue on with the battle.
Yeah. The first one is basically it's more like a capture the flag, but only like three people can make it out of the 6.
Yeah, you got to basically battle and put your flag in the flag post. The first 3 people to make it will win.
And yeah, the next one's advance to the next round.
Yep.
Jang Wangmin is one of them.
Yep.
Who else?
The main people that we need to be concerned of is Ja is one of them. What's his dick? Where is he? Han is the other person, and on the other side we see Prince and we see Misang, and Prince is beat to shit. He looked like somebody just fucked him up. And as soon as the doors open, they go on the field, they see, and they're happy to see Prince and Misang. And Prince is like, run the fuck away right now. Yep. And we see a completely OP batshit crazy Misang who apparently beat up Prince. And they're like, run, Misang has gone crazy. And Misang is basically like a demon now. So whatever the fuck they did to her, she's now evil super child.
Yeah, so this is gonna be fun.
Should be.
Yeah, hopefully.
Let's watch an 8-year-old girl get her back broken because she's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Moving on. Forbidden Inductions.
Solid. This continues to be solid, Matt.
This ain't bad.
This is good. This is not. It's not like oh my god, but it's good.
No, like I enjoy it more than season 1.
Season 2 is everything that we wanted from season 1 so far.
Yeah, but we did get this one is a bit of a calm down, but it is still fine what it is. Well, Toto goes to try to cheer up Ron because he's still overthinking about everything that happened with the Moriartys.
Yep.
So Toto was like, "Well, you're gonna have basically a mental health day. Whatever you want to do, name it. I want to solve the case. Outside of that."
I want to go to the beach. Okay, we'll go to the beach.
So yeah, he was saying out all these impossible things. Oh, before that though, Mofu was also
Mofu's back. Mofu got kicked out of her apartment for being clumsy. She's all bandaged up, and
her phone's broken. And
yep.
But yeah, she leaves to go do her job. So all right, she says goodnight to them basically. And Ron lives up to these various things he was going to do, and he stops at the Black Maple Shaved Ice at the beach. Sure.
But they go to the beach place, the little restaurant that sells shaved ice, and
it's all out. Also, yeah, they took Mofu with them. So Mofu, Totomaru, and Ron.
Yep. And so they have no shaved ice. And before that, though,
the guy was rude.
He was rude to them. And on top of that, we see that he gets into an argument with 2 surfers. And so he's like, I'm going to call the police on you. But the guy's being a dick the whole time. And so basically, Ron talks to the 2 surfers about what's going on. And we find out.
Before that, though, he's depressed about not getting to shave ice. He's like, so what were you going to do with this? I was going to swim in the water while dressed as a platypus. You, girl, dressed up as a platypus.
And she's the most kawaii platypus ever.
Exactly. Then he goes off to them.
Yep, and
as they are talking,
and our platypus girl Tofu goes to some rocks, and that's important.
Yep. So
they're talking. They basically find out that their friend is missing, and the friend the day before had ate at the shop, got sick, and then they were drinking that night and wanted to he was gonna argue with the guy. He never came home. And as they're having this conversation, Mafu waves her little platypus arm and says, "Look, a dead guy." And everybody comes over, and the friends are like, "Oh my god, that's our friend!
It's our friend, Devin. No,
our friends." And we get all the backstory of everything, and Ron figures out this is a murder because he's like, he wasn't surfing. Why would he surf drunk?
Yeah,
and
he wasn't wearing this when he was out.
Yeah, and so he's like, was he wearing this? And unzips the suit, and he's wearing his normal clothes, and he's wearing a dry suit. And basically, Ron is like, this isn't a surfer suit. This is a dry suit. This is for diving, or fish catching. This isn't for surfing. And they mentioned also that the boards were kind of fucked up, their surfing boards, on the racks outside the hotel, were fucked up. And meanwhile, while this is all happening, the restaurant owner has an assistant, and he's not a bad guy as far as we're aware of yet. But basically, he pulls out a thing of eggs and is like, "Hey, these eggs are expired." And the owner's like, "Fuck it, no one's gonna know. Give it to me. Give it to me." And he's like, "That what the fuck?" And he cooks with the eggs, and he's like, "This world is so easy to fool. Ha 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 ha. They'll never find anything out. Ha 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 ha." And
I bet he's gonna throw us off. It really is just they don't know I use expired food for their meals.
No, it was that. But then he's like, "Oh, they'll never know the whole story." And when he cracks the expired eggs, he like wipes the shells into the trash can. And if you look in the trash can, Matt, there's sheets of blood in the trash can.
I still feel like that was just gonna throw us off. I just think he's just an asshole.
Well, I mean, all signs point to him being the murderer.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like it's probably not gonna be him, and he's just a dick.
You think it's gonna be the quiet guy?
I don't know.
I think it's obvious. I think this one will be an obvious one.
But I feel like it feels too obvious. It's
probably.
Like I said, it's probably, but at the same time, it's like that's too easy.
It's probably the guy, and they're gonna trap him in some lies and things of that nature, and they'll dig through his trash and see the blood and whatever the fuck. It's not one of those super amazing animes where they're gonna basically find the blood or find some type of obscure sample and test it and go to labs and be like, "That's the guy," and they're gonna observe him like the way actual crimes are actually solved and committed and like things of that nature. It's not that advanced, but I think it'll be the obvious answer.
Right. But yeah, we'll find out with that.
Enjoying it though.
No, it is good. I will say that. Ranma half.
I want titties. I want nipples. I should say. I want nips.
You want the areolas.
I want the areolas and a little tiny dot for a nipple.
I want more of Nabiki.
Which one is that?
The sister that was trying to sell her printings.
Oh, no, I don't want more for her.
The one with the short shorts and all that.
I'm content with the current cast as it is.
But in anywho, we get another rival.
Yes.
Ryoga.
Yes.
Or P-chan or whatever you want to call him.
Hibiki. Call him Hibiki.
Hibiki. But Hibiki, he's a traveling, wandering martial artist who's trying to find his way to Tokyo because he wants
to fight Ranma.
I guess Ranma. But we find out he has the worst sense of direction.
He's a woman.
Gets lost. So he gets lost everywhere. Even the specific instructions just goes the other way or forgets. ADD, I don't know.
He just has poor sense of direction. I don't know. Yeah. Left is right, right is left.
But eventually, he finds Akane and Ranma and wants Ranma's head.
Yep.
And he's trying to figure out why. Why is it? Why? What did you do to this man that pissed him off? He's like, I don't know who he is.
Oh wait, yeah, dude, I kept stealing his food.
Yeah.
Over and over and over.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you know why you don't fuck with a man's food. So yeah, you know what? He's like, I'm gonna go shoot him. Shoot us.
Yeah, basically.
But he thinks like, oh yeah, that's probably it. That's the only reason why he's mad at me. There can't be anything else, right?
Nah.
So I know what I need to do.
So we forget that Hibiki challenges Ranma to a fight, and Ranma completely forgets. And Ranma is like, "Oh, well, this was like the day before yesterday, dude. Like, what are you talking about?" And he's like, "Oh shit!" So he shows up to the fight place, and Hibiki, because of his poor sense of direction, which by the way, I laughed because I was like, he finally made it after a week to the high school, and then immediately afterwards turns around and leaves. And in my head, I was like, this motherfucker's gonna get lost again. And sure enough, he ends up lost. He spends another week out in the villages.
Yeah, it even showed the old lady like Tokyo's that way. Like, got it. You go that that way. That
Why
way.
are you going the opposite way?
That way.
I was laughing. So if you know anything about like the topography of Japan, in the first scene before he finally makes it to the high school, he basically started north, or he started south. He started south and ended up all the way in the north, and then had to come all the way back down south to make it finally to Tokyo. Like everywhere progressively got north north, all the way north, south, finally made it to Tokyo.
But don't let his terrible sense of direction fool you, because Hibiki is strong as fuck.
Very.
Like the giant thing he carries around with him, yeah. Him and then only Ranma kind of can lift it, because Akane tried to. She couldn't lift it.
And normal people can't either.
Yep, and basically one punch from this guy, and you're basically dead. Write your will now.
Yep.
So Ranma tries so hard not to get hit. Is successful at it, but eventually, somewhere along the way, water gets splashed on Ranma, and now it's a girl with boobs sticking out, not the nipples, titties on the undershirt.
Bottom boobies.
Yep.
Under boob.
But Akane quickly grabs Ranma, get her safety upstairs, on top of the roof. And Ranma and Akane are just having an argument. Basically, the Ranma saying, "Get out of my business." Like, stop butting in.
Meanwhile, Akane genuinely just really wants to help. Like, she's not doing it for any other reason other than to be nice to Ranma, and
she's trying to be nice.
And they find themselves because this whole argument happened after Ranma carried her and piggybacked her a couple times, including in this episode to escape. And basically, they get close to each other, really, physically close. Yeah. And so they get, hormones. They get not jealous was what I'm looking for. They get embarrassed, and that's when the conversation comes up, and that's when Ranma basically talks shit and is fucking get the fuck away from me. I didn't ask for your help. I didn't want to be in this situation. And Akane just wants to be appreciated, welcome, things of that nature. And so she walks away sulking. Ranma stops her, and as he stops her, Hibiki throws his bandana, which is now a deadly shuriken.
Yep.
And Akane turns around, and the shuriken hits Akane's hair and slices her long, gorgeous hair completely off.
I'm like, no.
And she now has a bob cut.
Yep. Oh boy.
And that's where the episode ends. So now Akane is gonna lose her shit on everybody, probably.
Mm-hmm. She should.
I agree.
But no, good episode. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was a good episode.
Next up, Ruroni Kenshin.
Solid
episode. Picking up where we left off, where they saw the kid's parents hanging.
Yep, still there.
And Kenshin was basically beating the shit out of all these bandits, no mercies.
Easy. Not killing them, unfortunately, which I wish he would have.
Yeah, I think I kind of would. This is probably where I was I think you should stab a little bit. A little
Stabby stab.
One decapitation. Just one. Send a message.
Yeah, the first guy. Just shit.
The first one that walks up. Yes.
Yeah, no more.
Yeah, but Kenshin knocked them out. Hajime is with Misao and the what's the kid's name?
One moment.
Is it Sojiro? No, wrong person. That's the other guy.
One moment. Nope. Not on the cast list.
Is he in the episode discussions?
I'm on analyst. There's no such thing on that. Let me go to Mal. MAL Mal.
I know he's not in the cast. I'm trying to.
Very Mal. Really? I just realized they rated Bluma Bureau as 6.78. It's way better than that. I don't know what the fuck they're smoking.
Wait, what's the rated?
6.78. I'm like, no, Bluma Bureau is way better than that. Meanwhile, Blue Lock is 6.97.
Oh yeah, well no, that was warranted.
Oh, that's Gun Gale. Oops, wrong one. Oh. I'm not even finding it. Where the hell is
Anyway, let's call the kid.
7.93 seasonal discussion.
Yeah, it's not there. Basically, Hajime's with the kid and Misao while Kenshin took care of them.
AG, found it. AG,
okay. Kenshin helps lower Eiji's family down so they can get a proper burial, even though the villagers there says don't do that.
Mal, very bad.
Yeah, very bad.
Well, the villagers are a bunch of punk pussies.
Yep. So Kenshin does it, gives them that proper burial. And this is where we get some of the good stuff, kind of.
Yeah, give me that good stuff.
But basically, Hajime and Kenshin, they gotta go.
Yep.
Because they got a tip that the person, they're going to confront the person that's basically raiding this village.
Yep.
So Misao tries to go with them. Kenshin says, stay with the kid.
Yep.
Need your help right now.
Yep. Shishio. They're going to face Shishio.
Yep. Shishio is there. Got him some sake, a beautiful woman pouring it for him.
Yep, he just finished getting a nut, probably. Good for him.
Oh yeah, probably. That's his MO.
Drink, fuck, heal, repeat.
Exactly. So he's pleased to see Kenshin and Hajime there, but he's not going to fight because he's going to observe them.
Yep.
And the person that is going to fight is our fucking our little musclehead freak.
Well, it's the big. No, I'm just kidding. It's not Big Show.
No, not him. Not him. What's the big guy's name?
It doesn't matter what.
Senkaku. And yeah, it turns out he's basically a goofy fuck.
Yeah, he's not really that bright.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck? Like, no way. Like, this guy killed these people in this village? Like, I would not believe it.
Well, they're weak. What do you want? That's not...
So weak. Yeah,
they're weak. Fodder.
Of course, Kenshin made really quick work with him.
Dodging. And he dodged so much the guy broke his leg. Yep. That was savage too, the way oh man, that was nasty.
I'm like, oof. No. No.
It looked like you when you fell the other week.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like 3 months ago, but yes.
Just kidding.
That's okay. I'm over it.
Just jokes. It's just jokes. You can't take a joke, guys?
I can. That's what I say. I'm fine. I'll live. I'm here.
It's a Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're joking, guys. You know.
I love Puerto Rico.
Yeah, okay.
Fucking guys.
Like, well, fuck you.
He doesn't realize, but he set that island back so many years. Because, my father, it's funny, to get political for 2 seconds. My father would always tell me, he's like, we live in a country where they don't even believe we're Americans. I'm like, no, that's not true. And legitimately, obviously, it's not true. Like, Puerto Rico has been a U.S. colony since April 11th, 1899. Therefore, as a U.S. colony, we are allowed U.S. citizenship, and we are U.S. citizens by definition. But now with this joke, where there's plenty of these fucking morons online, oh, they're foreigners, get them away from us, motherfucker. And it's all, a lot of them are women too. And it's like, bro, are you too busy sucking dick in high school and college to understand that we're fucking U.S. citizens, you dumb cunt?
Right.
Please go die. Go die. Make the world a better place.
I'm just like, we can't be this stupid in
we can't be
in a week. We can't be this stupid in a week.
Yeah, we can.
I know it's all literally coming down to a goddamn coin toss. That's how even it is. And it's like, how? Should not be.
It's ridiculous.
It is.
Anyway,
moving on.
Yeah, moving on. Yeah, so we get the scene. And Kenshin finally defeats him. Basically knocks the guy unconscious. He's not going to get up. And now it sets the stage, in essence, for Hajime and Kenshin versus Shishio, which probably won't happen anyway because it's too soon of a battle, obviously. Yeah. So some bullshit will happen. He'll escape.
Yeah, probably that one guy that's like his right hand man. That you know the one.
Yeah. What's his penis wrinkle McGee? I think that is Sojiro.
That one is okay.
Yeah, he's Sojiro.
Yeah. But no, good setup, and I can't wait for that one on Thursday. But next up, Blue Box.
Are we really going? I feel like Blue Box needs to perpetually be like one of the last anime we talk about because it's just so fucking special.
I could do Bleach.
What do we have left? Bleach.
We have Bleach, Blue Box, Orb, and Trillion.
Kind of want to do Orb.
I was kind of saving it, but all right. You're caught up though, finally, right?
Yeah, 100%.
What did you think?
I love it.
Yep.
I love it. This is a good pickup.
Good. Yeah, no, I'm glad we both got this.
All of us got it because it's even Sean picked it up. Starman
I
picked it up.
know.
All of us picked up on you and Chris.
I still miss Raffle.
Yes, Raphael is still the best character.
Oh yeah, no, I'll get to him probably at the end of the season, but
Ooh, a little bit of an early spoiler.
But we'll get to it later. But anyway, we're picking up where we left off with Oxy. Is that you
Yeah,
pronounce it?
Oxy. Yeah,
Yeah, Oxy, Grass. They were talking to the heretic. Stopped.
I think it's actually no. If you want to be precise, it's Akazi.
Oxy.
Call him Oxy. It's easy.
Yeah, Oxy. Oxy and Grass, and of course, fucking Nowak. This fucking guy.
He's a lead contender for antagonist of
If
the
he
season.
keeps showing up, yes.
He's a lead contender for antagonist of the season.
Like,
for
oh
sure.
my, like fuck.
For fucking sure.
Like, you know what? I was like, screw this. I'm getting my crossbow. It shoots the heretic.
Yep.
While the heretic, because the heretic stepped in front of Oxy to take the hit for him. And before he dies, he gives him the key, like go into the woods. But Nowak doesn't want him to go in the woods. So he's like, you know what? Like, you caused trouble before. And of course, Oxy does his thing, like, please spare me. I'm worthless. Save my life.
Yep.
He's like, well, I can't do you like this. You're doing this. Let's do the rules here. He even pulls out like, oh, it says I can do whatever I want to you. I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Goes, and of course, fucking Grass comes in, parries the weapon.
Mm-hmm.
They run away.
They niggeroo.
Yep. Nowak tries to, but he just stops.
And he's like, they're stupid. I know how they are.
Like, you know what? Like, the main thing's dead. Let's just go.
Yeah, he's like, they're too stupid to commit heresy.
Well, even before that, though, when the priest I was with, and it's like, you know, you've changed. Like, Nowak.
Yeah.
Became more of an asshole.
Yeah, he's like, I was always wondered, why are you in this line of business? We're supposed to be doing God's work, and you're just a dick.
Raffle broke him, I think.
Maybe we don't know. I hope they touch on it. The aftermath of what happened after Raphael commits suicide. To Nowak specifically, I would love to see him and his father. What's his face?
Priest, yeah.
Whatever the fuck his name is.
Grabowski. No, Pataki.
What is this? Val fucking Venus?
No, Pataki.
Yeah, Pataki.
Yeah, Pataki.
Pataki. George Pataki.
Pataki. Yeah, it was him.
Yeah. I would love to see the reactions after the fact and how that like developed. So
like how you felt about
literally 10 years later, and he wrote it. He's like, oh, please give 10% to Pataki when they read the letter eventually. So he's alive.
But Raphael's dead.
Clearly Raphael's dead.
But they go in the woods. And of course they find the chest. They grab, of course, the orb. We got the orb necklace. One of the books. Just learn about everything about the stars, everything around it. And they were also told to meet a guy named Badini.
Yep.
Because I think that's who the heretic was going to see before he got caught.
No, I don't think so. The heretic, no, because the body, what's his face?
Badini.
Badeni. It's Badeni. Badeni. Yeah, no, Badeni is the friend of what's his dick? Of Grass. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's who it was. And
okay.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, he was just recently demoted for in essence heresy.
Yeah.
So
basically, like we're gonna talk to him. But Grass and Oxy, they still have their disagreements about basically their life on Earth. Essentially, like people are like actually questioning their life instead of just religions.
Makes sense.
Like being like afraid to die, or they do want to die. They don't want to be in this earth.
Right.
And while they're talking all this, Oxy falls. Grass falls.
Yep.
Oxy goes to catch him.
He falls because there's a bridge that collapses.
Yeah, the bridge collapsed. Tries to catch him, but they're both hanging out. The Oxy's foot is on the necklace, the orb necklace that Grass is wearing.
Bro, what is that made out of? Like titanium?
I don't know.
That motherfucker should have snapped ages before it actually did.
And Oxy was holding on for dear life on the vine. Basically, if they both let go, they're gonna die. But Glass actually says like it's okay. Like just like he knew. I kind of had a feeling when he was gonna die when basically one, all of his family is gone, and two, he thought after the whole revolution rotation thing like stopped, like that's it. Like I just want to tell him, like, no, just keep going.
When did they eventually find out Mars? That's a good question. When did they find out in our society today? When did we find out Mars has a slightly slower rotation than Earth? Because I looked this up, by the way. Once I finished, I caught up.
Because this is like 15th century.
Yeah, I looked up heliocentrism, and they don't exactly specify the year in which they're in, but officially heliocentrism was a huge thing in 1500s, and that's where we see all the heresy and things of that nature. Officially, it got picked up in the late, I think it was like 1578, if I recall correctly, is when it first like really broke as like, holy shit, this is real. And then things really started to pick up in the 1600s with Copernicus and all of the. Actually, no, Copernicus was the first one to actually really prove out heliocentrism was a thing, and then it became more into like all of the other astronomers and things of that nature of the 1600s, and that's when it really became adopted. And then obviously over the course of time and science, it was determined even heliocentrism isn't accurate, but it is the birth of modern astronomy and modern existence on the universe as we know it. So, but I'm curious to know, in terms of that research, where does realizing Mars has a different orbital timeline fit in that? Because they're still probably 100 years at least off from realizing that.
Right. But in any event with that, Grass gives him the book. Like, it's yours now. Like, how you think? Like, how you know I'm not gonna do it? Like, you're right. I don't know, but I know you will.
Yep.
And of course, the necklace snaps. Glass falls to his death.
Yep.
I'm like, oh,
rip.
Like we knew, but oh,
rip.
Yeah. How did the orb necklace stay on his foot?
That's what I said. What is it made out of? Vibranium? Like, what is it?
I didn't like. Would it not like roll off his foot once the necklace snapped?
I mean, bro, Oxy must have
or did he kick it up to catch it?
I mean, bro, this motherfucker has horse legs to be able to sustain a man, a fully grown man, holding onto a necklace on the top of his foot.
Yeah,
that's a man.
But Oxy, he climbs back up.
Yep.
He has the necklace. He has the book.
Yep.
And he's just depressed as fuck because he lost his only friend basically.
And he can't go back to the village. His life is over.
Yeah, because if he knows he goes back, he's gonna get arrested and executed.
Yep.
So he goes to Bedeni's church, and this is where the cliffhanger is basically. Like, they're gonna talk.
Yeah, but Demi at first is like, I don't fucking want to talk to nobody. I didn't expect anybody. And then he notices the necklace that's hanging from his belt loop, and was like, oh, interesting.
Yep. So he's gonna want to learn about that.
Yep. We'll find out more on Friday.
Saturday? Yeah, it's a Saturday.
But that was a Friday.
No, it's a Saturday.
Oh.
I thought it was Friday, but it was Saturday.
Oh, so
I know.
So
now we go to Bleach.
Now we go to Bleach, yes.
Yep. More fights. All these various fights, and of course a 2-minute recap with what's the captain's name? Too many captains.
Uzumaki.
Yep. Like how he's sacrificed himself to become the right arm of the Soul King.
Yeah, I can recap this to you in about a minute and a half. You want me to go?
The whole thing, the whole episode.
Damn near.
Okay. Basically, he's dying.
No, I was gonna do it. I was asking, do you want me to do it?
Go ahead.
All right, starting from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ukitake goes and he is still trying to fight the orb. Not the orb. The fuck am I saying? He's trying to fight Yuhabak and him have a really good back and forth battle. And Ichigo provides enough of a distraction for Yorichi to do some sort of sealing technique on Ukitake's right hand, as well as the actual crystal for the Soul King. However, what's it called?
Ishida ruined him.
Yeah, Ishida comes, shoots an arrow in her back, breaks the concentration. The seal is broken, and then we see the remaining what's it called? Fuck.
Quincy's.
The remaining Quincy's. That was the Stern Ridders. There we go, the Stern Ridders. The remaining Stern Ridders come and they face off against Chad, Orihime, and that other guy who I don't really care about. They get fucking Bleach. Demolished. They get fucking their ass handed to them. And the episode really at the end of the day focuses on Ishida and Ichigo in a one-on-one battle. Ichigo manages to get the advantage, but he will not kill Ishida. He wants to bring Ishida back. He thinks there's we can be together, we can be friends, we can find common place. Ishida's like, We even see Ishida as she's about to die, pull out his Stern Von Ritter power or whatever, and it's a badass power that really does look pretty badass. And we get more of the badass fight. And just when Ichigo gets the upper hand one last time, he still doesn't pull the trigger. He will not do it. And Ishida, cold-blooded as can be, pulls the trigger on his fucking arrow, blows off half of Ichigo's sternum on the left side of his body or right side of his body, and he falls to the earth. All the Stern Ridders are clapping and applauding, and they're like, "Yeah!"
And what's going on? Yukabak defeats the arm of the Soul King, gets rid of the Soul King, consumes him. Yeah.
I think you know what's going to happen though, because before we get to that after credit though, the episode, the first part of the episode ends officially with what's it called? With Ishida staring down daggers with a Hashwolf. They're staring at each other so. I think something's gonna happen between them.
Maybe this is where Ishida's gonna have his change of heart.
Yeah. By the way, I finished that in a minute.
2.
Was it 2?
Oh, it was 10:24 when you started.
Okay, well, I recapped in 2 minutes. How about that?
All right, there you go. Very good. But no, that's it. More fights. Yukabak still Yukabakin.
No, what's it called? No mention of Aizen this go around.
Nope. But co-main time. Now Blue Box.
This will perpetually be in the co-main spot. I feel like it's gonna be that. This
we'll rotate. We'll rotate to be good. We'll put in the higher. We'll put the last 4. Probably. But basically, I
got booted. What the hell?
You got booted.
Anyway, like I said, one of those 4 anime will be on that slot.
We'll rotate it here and there, but it'll probably be one of our last few, usually.
And Blue Box is ahead of that. In that curve, I'm on the Blue Box. It's Blue Box and Orb. Those 2 are the co-main event slots right now, or ReZero. Those 3.
But like I said, we will be nice and make it kind of.
Why?
But these will probably be in the last. They'll be in the last half most of the times.
The last 5.
Yeah.
Not even half.
Well, that's our half together. We had 10 together.
Oh, well, it'll be in the last third.
Yeah. But anyway, Taiki, while in a hurry, accidentally took Chinsatsu's school uniform.
It's amazing they're the same size.
Yeah. But what you call it? So Chinsatsu texts Taiki that. Hey, you took my gym uniform.
And the first thing he does is smell the crotch. I'm just kidding. That's something I would do.
Stop it. It's I'm in study hall right now. I got till the period to actually get that back.
Yeah, I'm going to gym.
So it was an operation. Give Chinsato her uniform ready. Try to sneak it to her. They say, "Go, hey, I have your clothes." And of course, it's not. It can't be easy. It's not allowed to be easy.
It's an anime.
So of course, Taiki encounters Hina.
Yep.
And of course, Hina's being nosy about it. Hey, guys, NXT is going to be later on. Yeah, I think they are getting ready right now. So, yeah, it is coming, but it's wait for the other guys. They should be ready probably about like 10, 15 minutes.
RVD showed up on NXT.
RVD, yeah. So check out Tyler, the wrestling hipster, who will help you out with that. Who does a great job.
We would watch NXT, but I don't have it on my cable anymore.
Yeah, but no, Tyler does great. I always appreciate what he does for Dirty Radio, especially when most of the time he does this solo. Because everyone else is busy, and we do this, so I can't help him.
We appreciate
also,
your
thank
viewership.
you.
Yeah, we appreciate the viewership, man.
We do. So of course he does the hey, what you got there? What's this? And so Taki had to go, hey, this is mine. I didn't wash it. It's been a while. And then he just creeps back like, yikes. Go leave right now.
Meanwhile, her inner heart's like, I want to sniff more.
Yeah. No, but eventually he does give it back to Shinsato. She gets dressed. Taki's trying so hard not to look. Because, deaf if he does.
He's like, no, it wasn't that. He's like, and she's like, oh, he's like, and which is really kind of a fucked up statement. It said girls on sport. Shinatsu basically says girls on sports teams, are used to changing in odd and crazy ways without like revealing themselves. So he still goes to behind the door out of respect. But the principle of that is if you know anything about women's and girls sports, how like second class they're treated. And a lot of them will like change in like a broom closet or in a fucking hallway somewhere. And
on the roof.
Or on the roof, maybe. You never know. Like, regardless, like they are used to changing in really fucked up places and not an actual locker room. So that's why Chinatsu has like this ability to be able to just be like, all right, well, I'll put my pants on, then I can unzip my skirt, then I can throw my top on, and then take off my shirt, and in this backwards ass order to basically get changed.
Yep.
Anyway,
what else happened?
What was
next? I know they had to talk about like their bodies type of thing, like question Taiki's body, I think.
No, the rest of the episode focuses on the
game.
On the game, yeah. And so basically after that scene that night, Taiki's actually on his own, right? No, he's not horny or anything. He's on his own doing practice swings. Yep. And Shinatsu is like, like, hey, like you're good, so just don't be so nervous. You have my lucky charm and everything will be fine. And of course, Taiki's still like, on edge. And Shinatsu basically says to Taiki, like, hey, there's no pressure to win this year. You've got next year and the year after that. And Shinatsu doesn't realize that she is the whole precipice for Taiki's like much maturation in sports. But Taiki visibly gets upset and walks away from her, just straight like, good night, get the fuck away from me.
Yep.
And it upsets Shinatsu, but it upsets Shinatsu because she thought she was being insensitive to him, because it's like she feels that she basically told him it's okay to lose, and she felt really bad about that. And of course, Taiki was like, no, I want to be there with you because I want to be on the same stage as you before you're ahead of me, because you are a year older than me. Right. So that's the impetus to that. And so we skip on to the actual events that happen for the interregional like playoffs or whatever. And so we get Taiki and we get Kuryu. Is that his name? Kuryu?
Yeah.
Yeah, we get Senpai, and they make the top 16, no problem. And then in comes a new character, Matt. Haruyu is his name. We get a new character, Matt. Who is our new character?
What color was his hair?
Orange? Or no, orange.
Not Kenga.
No. I'm looking at the cast list too. Here he is. Nishida.
Okay.
Nishida. And Nishida. Yeah, Nishida. Nishida has a crush on Shinatsu as well.
Of course, everyone does. Everyone has a crush on Shinatsu.
She's hot.
She's the perfect basketball player.
She is. Yeah. And she's perfectly pretty. And basically, Nishida, has a crush on Shinatsu because Shinatsu looks exactly like his favorite anime character, who's his phone case.
Yep.
But in any case, basically, Haruyu and Nishida had a bet from the last series when they used to be teammates in middle school that if I beat you in a game, you'll give me Chinatsu's number. and he never did, and because he never officially beat him in like a tournament game, only like in practice where he wasn't really playing. And so Haru, to help motivate Taiki, was like, hey, if you beat my doubles partner Taiki, I'll think about giving you the number. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna get the number. What's my first text message? I'm gonna text her. And this puts the pressure on Taiki even more. And we see basically Taiki versus Nishida the first half, because again, it's broken down into 2 games. You get it's broken down into the first game, and you get your first half of the game, and you get the second half of the game. So the first half of the game, Taiki is down, I think 11-5 or 11-4, something like that, in that same like sphere. And basically, while this is going on, he's unaware that all of like his classmates, including his best friend, what's his face, Shuji, and or sorry, not Shuji, Kyo. He's unaware that Kyo's watching, Hina's watching, Kengo's watching, and Shinatsu walks up, and Shinatsu starts watching, and she's watching with intent, but she's like, what's it called? Kengo's like, maybe this isn't a good thing that you watch like here, and so she's like, oh, you're right, I don't want to like distract him. So she goes to the back of the bleachers to watch him intently, and Kyo basically has to get ready for his match in the tournament, and he walks up beforehand though and talks to Shinatsu one-on-one, and Kyo's like, hey, I know about your situation. Shinatsu replies back like, yeah, Taiki says that he really trusts you, you're his best friend, so cool, no problem, glad you know, hope you keep it a secret. And Kyo basically plays the ultimate wingman and is like, you do realize like he is doing all of this because of you, because he wants to be like you, be as good as you. And this opens up Shinatsu's eyes more. And basically Kyo's like, you do realize also that your phone number is on the line in this game, right? She's like, what? He's like, it was Kengo's idea. It wasn't anybody, it was Kengo's idea. And she gets like, a little funnily mad. But Kyo basically says like, hey, he's worked really hard because he wants to be on your level. If he wins this game, he's winning it for you amongst himself, not just himself. He's winning it for you. And I think if he wins, he deserves a reward. And he's like, take him on a date, go to the aquarium or something. Right. And so this opens up Shinatsu's eyes, and Shinatsu's like, yeah, if he wins this, I'll take him to the aquarium on our day off.
Yeah.
And that's where the episode ends, as Taiki starts to make a comeback. Unbeknownst to him, all this is going on.
Right. All right.
I hate the spoilers, by the way, on Twitter. Like I
know because they're a week ahead.
I know everything. Like I already know what happens there. We're starting to see the first glimpses of rejection elsewhere. Wink, wink.
But main event
sucks.
Trillion game.
I love this because I am in tech. This screen, like, bro, this is totally like if you're into IT, ladies and gentlemen.
You're loving Malibu stuff with the tech.
Yeah, if you're into IT, guys, you should watch Trillion Game. It's funny. It's got a lot of tech. It's got a hot fucking pro/antagonist because she's kind of both right now, in a way.
Oh, Kirika?
Yeah.
She's like more like support. Like she's like she's in the middle.
Yeah, she's great. She's a great character.
But
she's hot as shit.
But basically, it's usually how it is with a Trillion Game. Starts off with a flash forward. Malibu, and we see his secretary, Mizuki, answering questions, talking about how it all started, and Malibu talked about the hacking tournament. Cool. Now we'll go back to current time. People getting set up. Malibu is by himself for his team. And as they go, he's like, hey, don't go in yet. Wait a minute. Do not log in until a minute after. And he says, okay. So as soon as they say go, Haru gets up, starts doing the chants of they not be about to, whatever he is saying.
Yeah, the Buddhist chants. The Buddhist monk chants.
He's doing the Buddha chant in front of everybody as a distraction, but turns out the thing he is waving around
is
aluminum powder. So that way it's distracting the routers.
It's providing actual interference to the signal.
So, and now he tells Malibu to log in. He logs in.
Yep.
So eventually everyone else goes, oh, they found a server. They go into that server. And
they proceed to attack the shit out of
Malibu.
What's his face? You always say Malibu. I don't like calling him by his actual name. Gaku. It's easier to call him Gaku.
Yeah, call him Gaku. All right. They're basically since Gaku is on his own, he is an easy target for everyone else. So Dragon Bank made an offer to the other team saying, "Hey, if you help me take out Gaku first, I'll reward you."
Yeah.
So they do that, and it got to the point where Nagase, the guy who's leading the Dragon Bank team, he's so proud of himself. Like, Kirika, are you watching me? And Kirika left because she's now no longer interested. She's bored of
disappointed.
This.
She is so disappointed.
Yep. And fucking Kazuki, I like Kazuki, by the way. Kazuki and Mizuki, they're watching head on, and Kazuki's like, well, I guess these two are just idiots. Who knew?
Yeah, what a surprise.
But they're interested. They're interested, though, but they're idiots.
Yep.
But Haru whispers something into his ear. We don't know what he said to Gaku yet.
Well, we find out what it is. We just
I'm saying at that time.
Yeah.
So Haru meets up with Kirika, and he asks her a question.
Which one of us do you want to fuck?
Who would you rather sleep with, me or Gaku? And all of a sudden, Gaku is winning.
Very, very handily.
Yeah, like he's taking the points from everyone, and they find like, how is this possible? Well, it turns out while Gaku was sleeping during the tryouts, the 24-hour thing, you'd be sleeping too after doing that for 24 hours. Haru was talking to the remaining other people that he met up with, that he networked with, and basically, hey, can you make us a fake server?
Yeah,
for them to log into. So basically, when they log into that, we get all their passwords, we get all of that.
Yeah, so basically, he disguised himself as as a worker that's setting up the venue, and he found out what the server information was, relayed that over to the team. The team made the fake server, and he went in afterwards.
Yeah. And it turns out someone tried it before, but they were just dumb enough to leave evidence behind.
No, it wasn't that. They were dumb enough because they did it immediately. That's why he told Gaku, wait 1 minute. 1 minute. Don't do it immediately. Do it 1 minute.
If you go immediately, they'll know, and then they're just off.
Yeah, exactly.
And so because of that, Gaku won.
Yup.
Oh, sorry, or didn't actually the rules because
no, he won.
They did. Okay, I thought said, the tests are in, and
he won, and old girl is wetter than a fucking waterfall.
Which one?
What's her the one with the K?
The secretary.
Kirika.
Okay, we're talking about Mizuki.
No, Kirika is wetter than hell, and Kazuki is like, oh, I can't wait to give them fucking money. Cannot wait to give them whatever money they need.
Like, I will give you a blank check.
I will give you my assistant.
I mean, he does, apparently.
Hey, Gaku's like, I'll take her.
I'll take off your heads. But no, that was fun. That was a fun episode. That was really fun.
I love this show.
No, it's good. No, it's growing on me.
Yeah, you almost dropped it. I'm like,
no, this is too tame. It's like, okay, I'll wait. Like, I like Haru. I like Gabu.
Yeah, dude, I'm for the tech alone, literally for the comedy and the tech. Those are the two things specifically that like I cannot wait to see this.
Yeah, it's mostly it's more the comedy, but since you are in tech, I can see why. It makes sense. It does. It's
literally like they literally went from doing Capture the Flag to doing King of the Castle. Right. And these are when you're in cybersecurity, like I am, those are two prominent things when you have red team, blue team, and purple team. Basically, in essence, to give all the techies a little bit of information and the non-techies as well. Your red team in cybersecurity and in hacking, your red teams are aggressors, people that try to consistently hack into things. Your blue team are your defenders, your people that are trying to defend against those things. Purple team is a team that has capabilities to do either or. And in essence, when they were doing King of the Castle, it was basically having a bunch of purple teams face off against each other to be able to offend and defend their castles, their servers. And so that was the emphasis of the game itself. So again, for someone who's in tech, oh my god, it was so good. And I've actually have done Capture the Flag way back. I sucked at it, so I never was really good at it, but I have done Capture the Flag in real life, and it can be fun if you're doing things and you're really skilled at it. It's fun. So man, it tickles my feathers to no end.
That's awesome. But no, really good episode, entertaining. I liked everything about it. Closing thoughts.
Surprised I'm still here considering.
Yeah.
I've been fucking off with my studying, unfortunately. It's bad. I have been fucking off.
Yeah, I know you'll get into the swing of it.
Yeah, but I've been able to keep up for the most part pretty gamely. Just a reminder: the week after next, I will not be here
Right.
because it is EDC weekend, and I will not give a flying fuck about anime whatsoever.
That's fine. Like I said, I got nowhere else to go. I got nowhere to be. Oh yeah, the Nier Automata Orchestra. That was amazing.
Yes, you did go to that.
Yes. So it was so good.
Even though you were tired and hungry.
Yeah, I was very hungry because there was nothing around as I was getting to Boston.
How is there nothing around in Boston? There's not a Wendy's. There's not anything.
No, I saw none of that until I got into the city itself.
And you went by yourself, right?
Yeah, I went by myself. And
you
so I park the car, cool. I go, okay, the only thing that's available to me is Dave's Hot Chicken. Okay, I'll go there. Long line, and the doors are open. So like, nope, I'm gonna fucking start basically. So
did you get something afterwards?
I did go after.
Okay, so the chicken place.
And then I ate in my I had to eat in my car. I was gonna eat inside. Like, you know, I'm just gonna eat in my car. Fuck this. Eat in my car and go.
Makes sense.
But
I'm glad you had a great time.
What?
Because I'm glad you had a great time, buddy.
I did, yeah. You should definitely check it out if it's ever near you.
I would love that. Well, you know, it's funny because I almost flew to Boston right before the pandemic. I was going to go to New York, but they had one in Boston too for an EDM show. It's an orchestral one, above and beyond orchestral. It's gorgeous. It's truly, like, in terms of orchestral EDM, fantastic. And they don't really bring those. They've only ever done it, I think, in California. And they were bringing it to the East Coast, and I was like, oh, I can't wait. I'm gonna go do it. And then the pandemic hit, and it got canceled, and then all hell broke loose in the pandemic. So never come back since. But if they ever do that, I will fly out for that. And of course, yeah, hopefully they do bring something like that over. Like they brought over here at the local scene in Orlando, they brought Harry Potter Orchestra, and so they're doing Deathly Hallows Part 1. They did that already, and they're doing Part 2 next year. So I might do the Part 2 one since I missed out on Part 1 due to circumstances. And so. Yeah, but if they ever do like anything like really like anime orchestral, I'll probably be there.
Yeah.
It'll be dope.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna look for the schedule for the Nier Orchestra for 2025. I think it's wrapping up for 2024 in a couple weeks. If I find it near me again, I'm definitely gonna.
Do they play scenes from the game or the movie along with the orchestra?
Yeah, and they do a different story with the orchestra, but they use music from the different games with it, and during in between you'll get lore, like basically the virus that caused everything, what year humanity ended, and all this other stuff. Like you learn all of this as it goes on, and you'll get the songs from the game, and you get the songs from the replicant as well on top of that. And they'll show the clips from those games about to make it all tie in, everything all tie in for that one thing.
Is Nier only a single player game?
Yes.
Damn, I was gonna be like, oh, what's it called? If it was a multiplayer game, I would fucking probably buy it right now, quite honestly.
No, that's a single player game.
I'm curious how much it is.
Now?
Yeah, now.
What console?
I'll say PS5. I'm drawing a blank on where my apps are. There they are.
$40.
The digital?
Yeah.
I'm curious if I go to the thing Nier Automata.
Yeah, a game of the Yorha edition. Yep, that's $40. Do we have the other ones?
Yeah, it's $40 for Xbox One on this one and PC.
And of course, Nier Replicants is $60.
Yeah, this is Nier Automata Become as Gods.
Yeah.
Is that the first one?
No, the first. What is the first name of the first Nier game?
There's multiple ones.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the first Nier game was released in 2010 and was a spin-off of the Drakengard series.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's the story. That lore that got so popular it turned to its own thing. But you got that. You got Nier Replicant or Reincarnation. And the Nier Automata. Hold on. Where's the rest? Pick this, regular. Yeah, this regular near. Trying to look for the actual list. Give me a list, motherfucker.
Oh, this is a cool picture. Unrelated to Nier.
Oh yeah, nice. Jordan, Rhea, and Delta.
Zarya.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty cool. All right, but let's wrap this up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. With that, the cafe is closed. Follow me on Twitter, DamonPhoenix12. Follow me on Instagram, House Husband Cosplay. Follow him on Twitter at Showstopper24. Instagram at MADusky24. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, Otalku Cafe, or on Twitter at Otalku Cafe Anime. We have a link tree for listening to your favorite podcasts. If you want the video replay, go to the YouTube. Just type in Otalku Cafe. We are on W2Mnet and Dershi Radio's Facebook and YouTube channel. So we want to thank them for hosting us. We want to thank Chairshot for also hosting on their website, chairshot.com. And then we also want to thank Sean, who is our editor. Next week, we'll actually have everything caught up. One episode. We won't be no technical issues.
God willing.
God willing, or God fucking help you, whichever happens. So until then, oyasumi and good night.
Goodbye, Sekai.
Sekai.
The sun goes to sleep, I find myself in a heap because it hurts so much to be away from you. It makes my day when I get a text from you, but still I say goodbye again. Let's hope this isn't the last time that I see your face, but hey, it's fine. I know everybody needs a little space. There's no one to blame. Goodbye again. Let's hope this isn't the last time that I hear your voice, but it's your choice. I can't keep you here forever. Just promise me that you'll